Howdy, welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. I am Banjo Ben, your host at your favorite online website to learn how to play the banjo, the mandolin, and today the guitar. This is a great lesson today. We're going to learn how to play hammer-ons and slides. And so it's a big lesson over there on the website. I encourage you to go check it out. But this is what we're going to do. I'm going to teach you the theory and the technique behind both playing slides and hammer-ons. And I've got two separate exercises that teach you how to play these slides going all the way up the neck, doing silly stuff like that, but we're going to learn how to work all four fingers. And then the same thing for slides. And then we're going to allow that to culminate into a great 12-bar blues exercise that you just heard me play, where we're going to employ our newly found skills playing hammer-ons and slides. Okay, so if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, here in a little while I'll ask you to go over to the website, BanjoBenClark.com, where you can become a Gold Pick member and see this 30-minute lesson I have there for these two skills. Download the tabs. There's 3 different tabs: hammer-on exercise, a slide exercise, and then the 12-bar blues exercise. They're available in PDF and TEF file format. And then I've also got an MP3 download of the rhythm guitar behind that 12-bar blues exercise that you just heard. Okay, so without further ado, let's dive into learning how to play hammer-ons and slides. Let's talk about hammer-ons, guys. I've got a great little exercise that I'm going to teach you in this video, where we're going to learn all kinds of things about hammer-ons. But before we do that, I just want to cover some basic facts, kind of a Q&A about hammer-ons. What are they? They're a technique, or an ornament, as I sometimes call, that allows us to get more notes out of our instrument without having to pick that note with our pick hand. Okay, so hammer-ons always happen to play higher and higher notes. If you were going to play lower notes, that would be a pull-off, and we'll cover that in another video. But hammer-ons can be played with any finger, so we could start it with any of these first 3 fingers actually, and we could hammer on to any of the other ones. For instance, if I started the hammer on with my index finger, I could hammer on with my middle. I could do it from index to ring. I could even do it from index to pinky. I can hammer on from an open string to middle finger, or open string to ring. Okay, and this exercise is going to cover all those different options. The other thing that you need to remember technique-wise is that hammer-ons, you're going to use a little bit more strength, a little bit more punch whenever you play your, whenever you use your left fingers, especially the slower you go. Okay, because you're needing to kind of create some volume with your left hand instead of with your right hand. Okay, so I'm going to, if I'm hammering on from 1st to 2nd fret here, I'm really going to come down with it to try to get as much volume out of that as I can. Normally, whenever I hear people first starting to learn hammer-ons, it sounds like this, because they're just placing it down like they would if they were picking the string again. No, we have to be very punchy and get those notes nice and clean. And this takes some practice, but that's what the exercise is for. The next thing I want to talk about before we start the exercise is that hammer-ons will take the place of whatever pick stroke was supposed to happen on that note. Okay, so in bluegrass we do alternate picking, meaning that we're doing down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, if it's successive 8th notes. Okay, but if we're going to do a hammer-on, whatever pick stroke that would have been, we're going to skip it and go to the next pick stroke. For instance, if we wanted to play these 3 notes, 1st fret, 2nd fret, open E string. So if I'm going to pick all those, it would be down, up, down stroke. Well, if I'm going to hammer on onto that 3rd fret, what stroke would that come on? That'd come on the upstroke, right? Down, up, down. So this time I'm going to play a down, I'm going to hammer. That's going to take the place of my upstroke, so I don't play an upstroke next. I'm going to go back to a downstroke. The hammer-on takes the place of the pick stroke. Down, up, down. So essentially you're going to end up doing 2 downstrokes in a row. You're going to miss that upstroke. The same thing would happen if the hammer-on happened on a downstroke. You would end up doing 2 upstrokes in a row. And that's what this exercise is going to really teach us. Let's check it out. Let's throw up this tab to this hammer-on exercise. And what we're going to do, we're going to use all of our fingers and all of our strings, and almost every combination of pick strokes we could have. But what I want you to notice initially with these 5 measures is that they're all eighth notes. Okay, so that means if we were going to pick them without any hammer-ons, it would be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And I can't stress to you enough for you to pay attention to those pick direction arrows that are beneath each one of the notes. So we're going to start with a downstroke, and the pattern for this first line is we're going to do all hammer-ons from index to middle. Okay, so we're going to be playing the first fret and hammering to the second fret. But that's going to happen with different pick strokes as we move up the neck. The first 3 notes sound like this. Down, up, hammer. Okay? Now what pick stroke did that hammer take the place of? It took the place of a downstroke, right? If we were just playing it down, up, down. So my next string, my next note, the open A string, I'm going to start with an up stroke. So the first 4 notes of this measure sound like this. Up. And then we're going to hammer again, and then we're going to have another downstroke. Let me go ahead and play this exercise, measures 1 through 5, with a little bit of speed so that you hear what we're going after. That's it.